can't be.
Lady Grenford.
My lady's maid Brodie will cover housekeeping duties whilst we're here.
There's really no need.
What's that? Come on.
The elder boy is stronger than I'd imagined, and now there's another heir to worry about. But I'm not giving up on Calendar Hall just yet.
No one's taking your son anywhere.
That's what they said with Charles.
Charles?
He was my baby. And where is he now?
So this is it. We have our jobs, our place, our lives. And all we have to do is mind our own business. Except sometimes, we just can't help looking. Even when we know that all we'll find is trouble.
Why didn't you wake me?
I tried.
Has anyone noticed?
Sheila?
Mrs. Calendar, what are you doing here?
It's Charles who needs changing.
Charles?
I mean, William. William, yes. William, my son. I need more baby cloths for him.
Then you should ring. You don't have to get them yourself.
Thank you.
Of course. I've never gone looking for trouble. I don't have to. It finds me anyway.
Really, Sheila, you do know what today is.
The christening.
And you know who's coming. Everyone who matters to this family. What's that?
We're just getting the bread ready.
That should have been started hours ago. Where's the cake?
The pantry?
Sweetbreads, oysters, meringues, wafers. By noon? Well, come on. What are you standing around for?
You want to get the cake out? Agnes, there's no cake and none of this.
I thought today would be a good time for a little clean-up.
What about the christening?
Oh, that's all in hand for next week. Ingredients are on order. Don't you mind about that.
It's today.
I believe what we have here is a darkling beetle. They're called that because they look for dark places. Where'd you find him?
Out in the folly. You're right, I think he was hiding.
There you are. Good. You can keep yourself busy in here. Why aren't you working?
He is. I gave him the job of finding...
His job is gardening, which he does abysmally, I may say. It's a mess out there.
I'm sorry, my
I don't
lady.
want sorry. I want it seen to. Get on with it.
It's my fault, Lady Grenford. But what if they're just trying to help?
Oh, they may seem to be, but in truth they seek only their own advantage. And once they have the advantage, it soon becomes apparent. In a slovenly household with quiet insolence, any excuse to be idle, then people will talk, Master Edwin. They will talk.
So, let them talk. We should live how we choose.
Nobody lives how they choose. There are responsibilities. There is reputation. Live as they choose.
Why are you closing the shutters?
Because sunlight is not good for you, as you know.
But I'll be going outside later to meet the guests.
Outside? After what happened last time? Dearie me.
Shh, it's all right. Shh, I'm here. They're so alone, aren't they? So helpless. I can't bear to think of it sometimes.
Not if they have their mother.
What are you saying?
I didn't mean...
I know what you meant. You think I betrayed my firstborn? You think I abandoned him?
No, you had no choice.
Choice? I may have said things when I was sick. Odd things. That didn't give you the right to listen. Do you understand me?
Yes, I understand.
I shall ring if I need further assistance.
Sheila, what are you doing upstairs?
Fetch him, don't ask. The kitchen's upside down, nothing's ready, and if Lady Grenford doesn't kill us, Brody will.
At least she's not matron. I still get nightmares thinking she's going to drag me away and lock me in the tent again.
I don't suppose anything could be worse than her.
Idling? Standing about?
Sorry, milady.
Look at you, both of you. Hair dishevelled, aprons askew. Mrs. Callender's dress is being delivered this morning. I expect her to be ready to greet the guests when they arrive. Take care of it.
I will, my lady.
And none of this strolling in when she feels like it. Front of the house, impeccably dressed. It's on your head, off you go. There will be some changes in this place, and not before time. These foundling creatures, they're quite impossible. They're unruly, untidy, impertinent. They need a housekeeper to keep them in line.
Would you happen to have anyone in mind?
But according to Mr. Darwin, we have evolved over time. The fittest surviving, you see. And by that means we have always been...
Lady Grenford, good morning.
What's going on?
This is Henry, my tutor. We were just attending to my schooling.
You're Lord Goodall's boy, aren't you?
He is my father, ma'am.
And you have decided that her head is best filled with nonsense. I see now. Medicine. Dress well, get a good husband. That's all you need to worry about. And the dressmaker is upstairs. Go on, she's waiting for you. Really, do I have to repeat myself?
Very well, Lady Grenford.
And there will be no more unsupervised lessons. Do you understand me? If people should hear of this, you will become the object of gossip. And who would have you then?
Presumably not the good husband, more interested in my dress than my conversation.
What was that?
Nothing, Lady Grenford. I shan't keep the dressmaker waiting any longer.
You see? She has ideas already.
You will forgive me, I hope, if I have been responsible for giving her any.
Mrs. Callender?
I have to say the kitchen was unprepared this morning, but I can assure you the food will be ready.
Oh, good. You're doing an excellent job.
Thank you, sir. And I'm sure once you've appointed a permanent housekeeper, things will be much improved.
I can't breathe. Stop it. You didn't measure it properly. You didn't get me someone who knows how to stitch a rag, never mind attempt to make a dress.
You look delightful, Emily.
It's hideous. I asked for blue. This isn't even white.
I believe it's ivory.
I didn't ask for ivory.
Yes, you did.
But look at it. It's a ghastly colour. If that woman's hoping I'll attract some lumbering oaf with a drunk butler and a horse he loves more than me...
Would you leave us for a moment?
Certainly.
What are you talking about?
The dragon. Lady Grenford. She thinks she can tell me who I can and cannot speak to. She threw dear Henry out on his ear.
Well, then I shall apologise to Henry.
You shall throw Lady Grenford out on her ear.
And Lady Grenford is here to help us.
I don't want her help. I don't need her help. Tell her to leave me alone.
Can we not be sensible just for today? For Rosamond and William. My godmother can be forceful at times, but she knows the ways of the world. We have some very important people coming today, and in spite of how you feel, I should like us to make a favourable impression. Would that be acceptable to you, Emily? Thank you. And by the way, you look splendid. doesn't she?
I think she looks like a pudding.
I knew it. This is ridiculous. I told you.
Well, whatever you look like, I shall expect you in the garden at noon. Proceed.
Could you open the shutters for me, please?
Sorry, I'm not allowed, Master Edwin.
If I can't explore the garden, I can at least look at it. I used to explore with my father. He knows all about insects and trees, lots of things. Then perhaps you could do me a favour. Pop this little fellow back in his house near the folly.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't do that either, sir.
Well, if you see Gideon or Jack, would you say I've got a job for them?
I will, sir, if I see them.
Mrs. Calendar?
Vegetables to Judy, dear. Then you clean the meat, stoke that fire. What do you want?
We've been working hard, and Gideon was saying as how maybe some Levinses wouldn't go amiss right now.
There's no Levinses, and there's no time for you layabouts. Working hard. Be off with you.
Sorry I asked.
Jack, Gideon, Master Edwin said he wanted to see you about some horrid beetle thing.
Right, thanks.
She said leaving B, didn't she? That fiend woman.
But he's our master. I'd be insolent not to go.
And insolent if you do.
That's true enough, girl. Trouble's all you get, whatever you do. Now, stop your chatting. Get back to work.
He's alone and he's nice to us. Which most on? Hey, come on.
What are you doing here? I thought you were helping Mrs. Calendar.
I am, my lady.
And is she ready? I could send the dressmaker, although I think she's with Miss Constance at the moment.
Mrs. Calendar is very pleased with her dress, my lady.
Excellent. The vicars arrive. Is my wife ready to join us?
Very nearly, sir. She, requested flowers.
We have flowers.
From the garden. Wildflowers. Her favourite.
Very well, be quick.
Flowers. My dear wife.
By day's end, you will be housekeeper here, I promise you. Then we'll see some changes. That maid, one with red hair, I don't trust her.
Hetty Feather. I'll keep an eye on her.
Do. I know her type. She thinks she's clever, but I know she's up to something.
At your service, Master Edwin.
It's a bit dark in here, isn't it?
Exactly. No light, no fun. Anyway, come on. We've got a creature to release.
You mean this fellow? Jack and I could take him back to the folly?
No. It has to be me.
Why's that?
It needs an expert.
To open a jar?
Are you an entomologist?
I hope not.
An entomologist is someone who knows all about insects. And that's why it's got to be me.
I'd like to, sir, but it looks like she took your chair.
I think I've got just the thing.
It's lovely to see you again, Godfrey. It's a pity we couldn't get the bishop. You've a little way to go, George. This time next year, nobody will refuse an invitation to the calendars.
I hope you're right.
Of course, it does rather depend on getting the household up to scratch. I think you know what I'm saying.
Can you spare her?
I can't, but I consider your needs to be more important.
Lord and Lady Goodall have arrived, Mr. Calendar, with their son Henry.
Yes, thank you. And Brodie, the position of housekeeper, it's yours if you would like to take it up.
That's very kind of you, sir, but I am employed by her ladyship.
A gift to my godson. Of course, I shall miss you horribly.
Then I accept. And I promise to serve you and the family to the very best of my abilities.
Splendid. And, welcome. Lord and Lady Goodall. See you.
Not too dusty for you, sir.
It's not the dust I'm worried about.
Spiders.
Ghosts.
There's no such thing as ghosts. That wasn't funny.
Oh, Gideon, it was.
Really not funny.
Mrs. Calendar? Mrs. Calendar? Mrs. Calendar?
Hetty, I spoke harshly to you. I'm so sorry.
Please, it doesn't matter.
I'm not like them, really. I'm not one of them.
You're better than all of them. The guests are here. We should get you ready. William's christening.
William. They're saying he's my firstborn son.
Well, it doesn't matter what they say.
But I already have a son, Charles, and now we're saying I haven't. How could I deny him again?
Well, they're very amiable. And Henry would seem as fond of Emily. Perhaps a match is not out of the question.
Amiable to your face, George, but I'm afraid he's made it very clear his son will only marry into a landed family, and Emily needs settling shortly. She's becoming wayward, and as soon as people know of that, she won't have any prospects at all. In fact, I was just thinking, quite recently, about a young man you really should consider. Good breeding, upright, and he happens to be...
Constance.
My grandson.
You're looking unusually presentable this afternoon.
Where is your sister?
Shouting at someone.
I would have thought Rosamond would be here by now.
Oh, I can send for her.
It's all right. I expect she's fussing with her hair.
Where's Edwin?
He preferred to stay inside.
Really?
It's not fair. He gets to do what he wants, and I have to talk to all these boring people.
Has Constance come back yet?
He's not in good sorts today. We should leave him be.
The worst thing was when I didn't even know who my mother was. I knew nothing about her. I didn't even know why she...
Abandoned you.
Of course, I wondered if I wasn't good enough or if she didn't care. But I never hated her. Not for a moment. Whatever she'd done, whatever her reasons, she was my mother.
You never forgot her?
How could I? But today is William's day. He needs you. He needs his mother.
Farewell, my friend. Enjoy your liberty. Scurrying about, doing what beetles do. Now, let's see how fast we can go.
I'm not sure that would be wise, sir.
I can be wise when I'm old. Now let's have some fun.
3 trips and you got hurt again.
I don't mind a few bruises.
We'd get into trouble.
You won't, I promise. As an officer and a gentleman, you have my word.
You won't go too fast.
We will. Faster!
Where is she?
Would you like me to fetch her?
Shall we begin?
Faster, faster! All right! Oh!
You think this is funny? You really think this is funny?
Gideon, no!
Defend me, Jack!
By the end of today, some of you will be packing your things.
And that comes from who? Mr. Calendar or that Lady Grenford?
It comes from me, your new housekeeper. And I will not permit disobedience or sloppiness. I heard about you scrambling into the village to buy ingredients. How could you expect to prepare a luncheon on this scale with no planning? The full menu?
Except for the meringues, we didn't have time for them.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. This is disappointing.
Down. You there? Emily, you at the end, please. Quickly. George, now where's Constance? There she is. Come sit down, Constance. Right. Hair, tidy. We know how you like to look nice. And perhaps a smile.
I smile, everybody. Yes.
Hello, Father.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, tea is served in the conservatory.
You two are dismissed from service immediately. Now go!
But, Lady Grenford, I gave them my word. They come to no harm.
Then you have learned not to make promises you cannot keep. I said be gone, or I shall set the dogs on you! Today, of all days.
How could you, Edwin?
I just wanted to explore, like we used to.
Now everyone shall talk of me as a man who can't even govern his own children.
When did everyone become more important than us?
Kindly take him back to the library and then leave, as Lady Grenford commanded.
Father! Father!
It's not enough to chastise him, George. The boy must be sent away. I've obtained a place for Edwin at an institution where they will take good care of him.
But this is his home.
This is Calendar Hall.
To shut him away, didn't you? This morning. Well, let me tell you, he is my son. And if my prospects are best served by abandoning my own child, then I have no interest in them. Thank you for your help today. But I think you've done enough.
As you wish.
Please. It's just something to remind me.
Of what happens to poor idiots who step out of line?
Of what it was like to laugh with friends.
Ready, gentlemen?
Well, take it.
I've instructed the housekeeper to give you extra duties, by way of penance.
We're not dismissed.
Against my better judgment. Now be off with you. You put them in danger, Edwin. It is our responsibility to maintain the order of things. Everyone in their place. But you're right. I haven't laughed in a long time.
Can I at least have the shutters open?
Shutters? I shouldn't worry about those.
Keep your eye on Emily. They can't afford a love match, and neither can we.
I will, milady. You asked me about Hetty. I think she knows something about Mrs. Calendar. Something interesting. A secret.
Good. Very good. Work on her. Gain her trust. I shall be back when they beg for me, which they will.
I do hope we have some keg left.
Edwin, you must tell me of your discoveries in the garden.
Well, I think I've mostly discovered how to smell horribly.
You did well today with Mrs. Calendar. I know she was feeling rather tired.
Thank you.
Hetty, it's not easy being in service. I know. I worked my way up from nothing. And though I may have a job to do, I can be a friend if you need a friend. And if you need someone to talk to, someone to confide in about anything.
If, say, the mistress had a problem and you thought you could help, but you weren't sure if you should?
What sort of problem? With Mrs. Calendar?
No. Just asking you.
Then you speak to me from now on.
Thank you. This may not be the future I dreamed of, but it's better than the past I left behind.
Will you help me? To find Charles. Wherever he is, he needs to know that I had no choice. Will you help me?
But where should I look?
There is someone. She persuaded me to give him up. A friend then, but I know her now to be a vile woman. She's not difficult to find. She's in jail. Gertrude Bottomley, whom you would call matron.
But sometimes, the past just won't leave you alone.
They finally got what they wanted. One that's not broke.
Hey, you're not broken.
Have you been crying? Is this about Mrs. Calendar?
Who are you? New scullery maid? But I'm the scullery maid. Get down here right now! Shan!
This is my house.
This is my job.
Who did this?
Would like to play hide and seek again, Sheila?